Welcome to this channel. The channel is for educations and culture based on historical and scientific evidence. So, yesterday I shared this YouTube. The YouTube of Unveil the Authentic Wing Chun Nei Gong Internal Art. All the knowledge you need to make it work. Now, due to I shared that YouTube, I already have received many messages from our Wing Chunner friends asking me different questions. So there are two questions which is show up from all those Wing Chuners friends questions. The first thing is, Hendrik, why is it necessary to bridge the tradition, the Wing Chun, the Chinese traditional Chinese martial art, the traditions, with the sports science or science today? Why do we need to bridge that? Isn't it that following a grandmaster will learn Wing Chun? We do not need the excessive of the scientific bridging. So that's one question. The second question is, Hendrik, can you please share with us about Xing Qi to Dan Tian? Is that Taoist? Does Wing Chun really have it? So today, this YouTube, I like to share this with you. Now, sharing this with you, meaning I have to provide you evidence. Evidence. Not just I think, I say, I believe, I research. Remember, we have in this YouTube, we talk about transmissions, true transmissions. So true transmission is you know what it is, who do that, who do what happened at the time lead to this, how does it happen, what is it, how does it work, how is it developed, details, details, and has to be accurate because we need result. Wing Chun is not a fictions, right? So let's get into answer the first question. Why do we need to bridge the ancient teaching with the science today? First, this is not Wing Chun. This is called movies. People make this movie to promote their sell to for marketing and so forth. This is also called movies. There is no Wing Chun there. There's no true transmission there because transmissions is details, detail. It's not kisa, or in English, perhaps. It is this details to get result. Everybody should get result if you train in Wing Chun. Not this. It's movie. Not this. This is making movie. It's not Wing Chun. Not this sitting around talking about according to this guy, this is his story, that his story. That is not Wing Chun. These people are sitting down there too free to talk about. Wing Chun is from Wang Chun. Once upon a time, Liang Zhan, this and that. Does it get anything to do with how thing works? What is it, Wing Chun? No. Just talk. Playing authority. Not this either. This is just using personal fantasy for personal agenda. Is there any details? No, there's no details. How about this? I don't believe. I mean, who cares for you believe or not? This is playing authoritarian, set oneself up like a grandmaster, expert. But what is the details? No details. Same thing with this, the sinologist. What is the details? No details, words. So this is all not Wing Chun. Because why? A Chinese true transmissions have what it is, how does it works, how it is developed. So you say, well, Henry, are you talking about the bridging of the Wing Chun tradition to the science? What got to do with this? Well, sorry. If you have what it is, how does it work, how is it developed, this scientifically you will be able to verify it. But if you don't know this, like you go through all this talk, 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 my research, my belief, my fantasy, what do you get? That's why, because you're keeping doing that. This is a book by a really well-known white crane Fujian seafoods. Put in the book. It's questioning about Wing Chun. And here he said that is that eternal spring or praise spring is just a words. As soon as it can market out, it doesn't matter that it is the true transmission or not. And then here he questioned Bruce Lee. He said, you look at Bruce Lee, how many Wing Chun people is actually making a living based on Bruce Lee? But how much real transmissions Bruce Lee have? This is from a really well-known white crane from Fujian, white crane Wing Chun from Fujian's seafoods writing in a book. He published this book. People question the hell are you, the real pro? Of course. Xi Xiaodong make joke the hell are you? You see that? See again. This is make joke of you like you're playing your Wing Chun, your wooden army, and so forth. Now, how are you going to answer this? With this, from movies, continuing on all this junk, bullshit until today, until recently. What do you have to show the world in the Chinese martial art community? People writing in the book question you. In the martial art ring of China, people make this fun of you. How are you going to answer it? Well, it just shows that you do not have proper transmissions. You don't have the true transmissions, but superficial talks. Now, look at the world today. Look at the world today. Okay? That's what happened. Now, yesterday I shared with you that in the in the YouTube, in this YouTube, watch it if you are not watching yet. In this YouTube. Okay, so modern science can be a valuable tool to fill in gaps or clarify where ancient teaching have not fully covered a subject. It can also provide insight into unspoken ancient teaching that were clear at the time but not understand today due to evolution of human. Okay? Importing modern science into Neigong practice can help clarify and quantify the practice, making them more effective. If you want to answer these questions, if you want to answer these questions, you cannot avoid modern science. Why? When people ask these questions, If I answer it with this, with the two transmissions, this is what it is, how it is, and how it works and how it developed, I guarantee you, people like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, will make 10 billion YouTube. Try to debate it, try to debunk it. Even though they never be able to prove themselves with this, the real Chinese martial art community and in the China MMA player, they'll make all kinds of nonsense research and this and that. For what? Because they are making money with it. It is just their product they like to sell. Or they'll try to debunk it. But with scientific locked in now, they are actually living in another world. We here in this channel is living in a reality world. This is not about making money, but educate to set everybody free. Everybody really can get result. And everybody know the limitations of Wing Chun and the strength of the Wing Chun. Now, example. Today's world, in martial art world, in athlete worlds, the Olympic training is the standard. So it is scientific. Olympic training is a scientific. So it basically you have the physiological part where understanding how the body responds to stress, training, and attitude is crucial for optimizing performance. Now, another part is biomechanics, analyzing and refining an athlete's movements to improve efficiency and reduce injury risk is a cornerstone of scientific training. So this is what people train. This is how it is. Today is year 2025. If you have a real transmissions, you better be able to pass this test. Okay? Physiologically, what does it do? Biomechanically, what is do? Does it making any sense? Instead of say, oh, this is the best of Wing Chun, the most authentic of Wing Chun. I believe so, I think so, I research so. Show this. Because he's going to like to look at that. He's going to like to look at that. These all people who just look at you like, hey, are you serious? Are you real martial art? They look at that. So if you really know physiology and biomechanics in today's scientific applications for your training, you look at human like a car, automotive. You have your electronics, you have your energy storage, you have your sub-exhaustion, everything. Analogy. For example, you look at a deadlift, a very simple deadlift. So you look at it like a automotive. You have the fuel function, like your gas or electronics. There's your deep breathing. Your intra-abdominal pressure, which is solidify your core and protecting your lower spine, that is your sub-absorbent system. And your joints, all those stability and mobility continuum and kinematic chain. There is the full transmissions and field function. So it's the dynamic seven ball, which is all your major joint here, and your holistic muscle group handling. When you do that lift, the entire thing is moving, dynamic. All your muscle group is functioning where you focus on your back muscle and so forth. People know that. People see that. Deadlift. Look at your Wing Chun stance. Compare with it. Compare with your invincible Wing Chun magic triangle knee clamp internal stance. Well, all these people still doing that. All these people still doing that. Okay? Disregard, they say they are research, they are whatever. They're orders or whatever. Or they think whatever. Look at this. Anybody who have this or this basic knowledge of today and involved in the training Olympic standard, doing deadlift will know you need a fuel system, your shock absorbing system, and your full transmission system. Look at this. We'll know there is a half transmissions and wheel function. Why? Because you lock up knee and hip when you do this. And your knees, ACL, and everything can get damaged because it's running at limits. So it's broken upper lower body connection, partial muscle function. This is whatever your so-called magic, invincible magic triangle knee clamping internal stance. That's what it is. There's no fuel functioning, no breathing, there's no none there. It's a skeleton there. No stop absorbing function. None. Compare with deep breathing, intra-abdominal pressure, full transmissions, your muscle and your joints, which is this. So, science, science, keep one honest and also keep one clear. Do you believe that you're going to condition your body this way, playing your Xiu Lim Tao this way, can ever compete with this a full comprehensive training with all those things where you are missing? You have a partial transmissions and you're missing fuel function and no sub-absorbing function. Do you believe that you can against anybody like the MMA, UFC particularly using or Western boxing using this sets of rules, using this science to train? This is reality. That's why you get laughed at because these are don't train MMA, UFC style, scientific style. Because the white crane, Fujian master know what is the details of even in the real Sanjin of Fujian white crane. It have the deep breathing, the intra-abdominal pressure in Sanjin, and it have the body joint. Same with Sanjin in Fujian, same with Ngozhou, same with Kyokushin. They all have this. Look, what do you have? And that's why, with the MMA people have this, UFC training, Olympic people. That's why people question you, laugh at you. So the key is to know what is the ancient, the tradition. I hear the tradition, and you bridge with the uh, science today, the modern science today. So we know what exactly it is in the true transmission. We can get result, and it keep us honest. Not this, not this. For hundreds of years from decades, you're keeping getting this bullshit. Okay, until here get the sinology who have no idea on what it is, the true transmissions, no idea on you already being marked by the authentic Chinese Kung Fu masters, no idea that you get laughed at by the UFC, which is following the Olympic training. So did all your this thing All your this thing, I'm the oldest, I know it all, I'm the grandmaster, I do research, have ever solved even this page? Very simple page. So to answer the question, the entire question, if you don't bridge the ancients or the traditional Wing Chun, the true teaching transmissions of Wing Chun with science and be able to verify this as anybody who is trained in Olympic-based scientific training, like the UFC people, the Western boxing people, you know you are doing fantasy. What do you have? You don't know Wing Chun, period. Like all these people, what did they know anyway? Okay? Doing all this so-called research, have they ever shared with you this clear as I share here? Hey man, you got a big disaster here. Look at those people, everybody playing Xiu Lim Tao. Didn't they do this and ignoring all this thing? So that's to answer your first questions on why is it necessary to bridge with the uh, science. Wing Chun traditional need to bridge with the science. First thing, so we know what is the true transmissions. So we keep ourselves honest, we train properly, so we can stand tall in terms of the UFC trainer or the Chinese authentic Kung Fu masters. We can answer to their questions. It's not about who is the best fighters. Talking about talk with your hand, don't talk with your mouth. And many times people say, well, Hendrik, can you fight under pressure? That's called bullshit. When you couldn't even understand this, it just tell what is your level. And for me, I'm a Wing Chuners. Of course, I never really push it because it's internal. What is the point for me to quarrel with you? But facing outward, can your solution answer to this? Can your solution answer to this? Can your research here, playing big here, and all this fantasy and all this talk and everything, making your movie, can you answer this? This is in the book, writing in the book, and this is in the public. Can you answer that? Can you even know that? You're living in the fantasy, man. So in the late 1800, there's a saying for the Qing people, Qing officials. The saying is 内斗内行, 外斗外行, meaning that fighting among the Qing officials, playing politics between parties, you are expert. But when you face outward to the Westerner, to the Japanese, you completely have no clue. That is the Qing mentality at late 1800, 1890s or so. Sorry, I live in America here. I don't buy those bullshit. Playing politics is bullshit because this is called Wing Chun. It is a tradition. It is an art. This is what you face from the Chinese Kung Fu community and from the modern martial arts. So you can be here, all here, okay? Internally, you're fighting among each other, you're all expert profession, you're all research, you're all grandmaster, but you face the questions from other authentic Chinese martial art style and the Western's train, scientific train, you're completely clueless. How can we lead all the Wing Chuners today to that? So if you care for Wing Chuners, it's time to tell the truth. It's time to have a clear mind. It's the time to make sure that people, all the Wing Chun brothers and sisters, don't feel sad that some days they say, shit, I'm cheated. Wing Chun never cheat you. It is all these people who cheated you. Wing Chun is Wing Chun. Wing Chun transmission is always there. Okay? So that's why it is a must now to put into science. So again, make it clear. What I said today is not say Hendrik Santo is the God of the universe. I know it all. No. I say, I say it clearly again. You bridge with the modern science. You follow the modern science as a reference, standard reference, not Hendrik. In Hendrik, you don't trust. In bridging the Wing Chun through transmission with science, and then be able to get result. That is the bottom line. That is what education is for. I'm not interested here to start a cult. Okay? I'm here to give this education, to share this education so you all be free, you all benefit from Wing Chun. Okay? For those who is serious in Wing Chun. Of course, for those who just want to be in a Wing Chun cult or whatever marketing or anything, that got nothing to do with this channel. This channel is to tell the truth and so that everybody be able to know what they get into, be able to benefit, and be able to stand tall outside. Not playing politics inside there. You attack me, I attack you with all this bullshit junk that never solved the problem with this. How insulting is this? How insulting people even questions. So how much your Bruce Lee have the true transmissions? You got to answer that. That's a historic question. And in the reality, you have to answer this. You want to spar with people? Do you have this? Well, if you are learning something like a kickboxing or whatever and slam, put a label as Wing Chun and doing Xiu Lim Tao this way and your set this way, your Qi Sao, and then you fight, of course, with your kickboxing or your BJJ. Come on. Those are called fake. Those are not Wing Chun. Get your mind clear, okay? Because again, you can bullshit Xi Xiaodong. You can bullshit this white crane master. People see through you. Hey, that's kickboxing, that's BJJ, that's got nothing to do with Wing Chun. So again, all your research here, wasting all the time for what? For making your own money, for making your own code. Got nothing to do with Wing Chun. So anybody who love this code stuff and everything, don't watch my YouTube. But if you care for people, you care for yourself, you want to get result, you want to know the truth, this education channel is for that. Okay? Just put it to the bottom line. So that's why I don't want to get involved with these people. These people, and people who do this, I don't want to get involved. I don't want to get involved with these people. I don't want to get involved with these people. Why? Because, sorry, we live in a different world. I'm not interested. Okay? Now let's talk about the second thing, the Xing Qi to Dan Tian in Wing Chun. Xing Qi to Dan Tian in Wing Chun, stop to telling me about this Tai Chi internal bullshit. Let's get to the point. So, as yesterday in the YouTube, I share in the chapter T, the ancient teaching. This is what happened in the chapter 3. The following are the method of using calming samatha to treat a disorder. One method is to locate the udana, which is 1 inch below the navel. In Chinese culture, this is known as Dan Tian, as illustrated figure 3.1, chapter 3.1. If one can bring their mind to aware of this area and practice regularly, it, in most cases, the disorder will be remedied. This is, yes, this is from chapter 3. This is from the basic principle of calming and contemplation, which is authored by Buddhist monk Ji Yi 1,400 years ago. And calming is called samatha, yeah, in today's language. Contemplation is called vipassana. So this is a way of using samatha to treat disorder. This is what of Xing Qi in Dantian is for. So I explained here a little bit. In traditional Chinese healing Qigong, this method is known as guarding or anchoring the Dantian. Okay? So 1,400 years ago is writing down there. Don't tell me this Tai Chi and that internal bullshit, okay? Again, when you talk, you don't want to talk like this. 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 Why? There's no content. There's no what it is, who, what happened at the time lead to this, what is this, how does it work, how is it developed? Details, details, details. So in the ancient teaching, there's details. We know which book is from. We know which book is from. It's from this basic principle of calming and contemplating. We know the author who wrote it is a Buddhist monk, Zhi Yi. We know that this chapter offers the concise overview of essential fundamental theory and practice of this classic, which have profoundly influenced Chinese culture over 1,400 years. These fundamentals serve as the gateway to Neigong for past 1,400 years is there. So what internal? What Tai Chi? So in Wing Chun, 1850s writing, it says, unite at the Dantian, the Du Meridian Sing. Unite at the Dantian, the Du Meridian Sing. This is the practice of Xiu Lim Tao. It's the practice of effortless, mindful, focused state. They have different states there, physiological state. In classical Chinese terminology, united at Dantian or sing the qi to the Dantian describe the state of calm awareness, anchor in the lower abdomen, accompanied with by relaxed deep diaphragmatic breathing. Within traditional language, this is said to allow qi or vital energy to sing or unite at the Dantian. This is what it is. 1,400 years ago, the Chinese expanded, and this is how we can explain today. And guess what? From the perspective of modern physiology, this corresponds to diaphragmatic breathing, in which abdominal expand and contract naturally as the diaphragm drive respiration. This breathing pattern enhances vagal activity, slow the heart rate, and shift the autonomic nervous system toward parasystematic para, parasympathetic dominance. Okay, and then brain imaging study indicate that the focused attentions of the body sensation in the lower abdomen engage aerostatic processing regions such as the insular while reducing activity on this your brain. At the same time, lower breathing, often around 6 and 8 cycle, and all this thing. And then if this change associated with a higher HRV, more stable heart rhythm, lower resting blood pressure, as a reduced respiration rate. So by science, we know why is samatha can use uh, to treat disorder. Meaning that if your body your body is disorder, you use this thing this aware of your body, aware of your Dan Tian area. Okay, okay. The method is locate the udana, which is 1 inch below the navel. In Chinese called this is not Dan Tian. One can bring their mind to aware of this area. So in science, we know what it is. We know the breathing. We know the details. Go further. Focus on the belly natural, increase the diaphragm deep breathing, lower cortisols, stress hormone, vagus stimulant, and body awareness of grounding, okay, which is linked to depression and anxiety. So focus on the belly, put attention out of racing mind into the body. This reduce ruminations, which is linked to the depression and anxiety. Promote a sense of presence and abdominal. Help in trauma therapy by anchoring attention to the neutral, safe body region. Well, this again support using calming to treat a disorder. The method one of the method is your bringing their mind to aware in this area or anchoring in this area. That's how much detail you need. And because you know this, now I know. Scientifically, it makes sense. Medically, it makes sense. It's not a belief. It's not I think so. It's not research in Chinese language. Okay? It's not I just making up any bullshit. So you guys want to sing Qi to Dan Tian? You know what you get into. And this is Wing Chun, which is actually following this. Okay? Go further. Breathing rate normally is 12 to 20 breaths per minute. Slow diaphragmatic in the Qigong, often lower to 4 to 6 when effortless. This reflect Virgo's driven parasympathetic dominance and deep relaxations. Well, I have to walk my talk. This is what it is. This is the breathing duration, exhale portions, breathing rate with exhale portion, typical monitoring for Neigong practice session. Okay, this is using the sensor type. Look at this. This is prior. You use about 5 minutes to prepare. And then you get into this is 5, this is 6, go up and down. This is real human because it's not going to stay flat there. It's going to up and down, but it's always under 10. Okay. This is a typical training. So this is April 12, 2025, 9:14 a.m. And you know that the exhale portion is 56 portions, and at the end is uh, last awake is 57% of the complete breathing and all this thing. So you want to talk about Xing Qi to Dan Tian? Do you have that capability? So is that saying that I'm mighty, I'm the king of Wing Chun, I'm the most authentic grandmaster? No. You know this. You know this is how the ancient. You know this how in Wing Chun. And in the science, you know this in the science, you know this is in the science, you know this is how it looks like. Of course, you can develop it. Got nothing to do with me. I just a guinea pig to show you this is the real transmission. This is the true transmission you need to look for. You want to talk Xin Qi to Dan Tian, it's not all these people. Again, it's not like all these people. Talking what? Can they show you, as what I share with you, what is in the ancient teaching, how the ancient teaching actually support by today's science, how it was done, how it looks like when you verified it. So this is what Xing Qi Dan Tian is about, how it is in today's modern science, be able to verify that, how you can verify your practice. If you want to teach Xing Qi to Dan Tian, like people here, this guy claiming that no, he doesn't believe that there is a May connection. Can he have what I share with you? Can he ever show this much detail? This guy always internal that, internal that. Have he ever showed those things? Be able to explain what is the Dan Tian, how is it come? This is Wing Chun, okay? And don't keep me telling me this 1700 Wing Chun. This is Snake Crane Wing Chun, the oldest Wing Chun. Do you have that thing? The transmissions? And this is the same thing too. You get a sinologist and talk all this thing. Have you ever even be able to solve the really simple, really basic Xing Qi to Dan Tian in your Xiu Lim Tao practice? In these details. So everybody be able to get it. With all this thing, with all this thing, in detail with the science, can Xi Xiaodong say anything about this? Can this white crane Sifu say anything about Wing Chun? No, because they have no idea what we are talking about. And our stuff is not backed by Hendrik Santo. No, it is backed by today's modern science. And all Wing Chuners will be able to do that. If you really practice that, even you can bring your result to your doctor saying that, hey doc, this is what I practice, this is what it show up in my Apple Watch. Didn't everybody use Apple Watch today to show the data to the doctor, the medical doctor? There is no such thing as Nei Gong and Qi Gong can heal your diseases or anything, but it help you to to tune your body. Isn't this all science, medical science? So today I share with you two things. Straightforward. Why do we want to bridge with the ancient? Why I do that? Why I spend my decades to do that? And I share with you what is the Xing Qi to Dan Tian based on scientific bridging with the ancient teaching. So you know, in the one hand, Xing Qi Dan Tian is from the Buddhist teaching 1,400 years ago. Be specific, it is from the Buddha's teaching of samatha, meditations. And it is by, this is I have recorded of this teaching, of this using this to treat disorder by monk Zhiyi 1,400 years ago. And in Xiu Lim Tao 1850, we have this. And in today's, we know that scientifically it works. And in today's, we know we can get this, which is feeding this slow diaphragm meetings in Qigong over lower for this 4 and 6 breath per minute. So you can get the result. We're all the same. Speaking of you and me, what is the difference? Under the science is the same. Wing Chun, what's the difference? You or me, what's the difference? You practice it, you know what it is, you know how to do it, you know how to verify it with science, you understand how what it's doing, you can get result. And your sifu have to have that capability to teach you that. Not keeping selling this bullshit thing, okay? Why do you attacking the Ermei and Wing Chun connection anyway? Like yesterday I shared with you in this YouTube. We know exactly the Tim Cheng or Wing Chun is from Ermei. To comprehend the essence of Wing Chun Nei Gong, one must explore this route. Wing Chun, an art form emerged from the ancient Shaolin short strike style and Ermei Zhuang, was conceived by Buddhist monk. And then to get the fundamental principle of Nei Gong, this is this book, the basic principle calming and contemplating. Isn't this is from the basic book 1,400 years ago? And then it get to the 1850s Wing Chun. If you don't have this thing, stop to playing expert to distort Chinese culture for whatever your agenda is. Same thing with this guy. Talk about body, mind, chi, because he said that it is six core element and so forth. You have no idea what is six core element. So why don't right away show this? Were you capable to do that? Why have to wait until I release the thing and then make use of my thing and then boosting themselves, but they have nothing under it. Same thing with this kind of research. What do they get anyway? Does they get any details? Again, back to the true transmissions. How is it? What is it? How does it work? How does it develop? I just share with you on what is this? How does it work? How is it developed? The 星期to Dan Tian, isn't it? Details, detail, details. It's not perhaps. Maybe. I believe, I believe. Bullshit. Because we are facing is the Chinese Kung Fu masters and the real guy who train in UFC or MMA or Western boxing or Olympic. Okay? So I have no interest to 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 be in those world of who is the grandmaster, who is fighter, who talk with your hand, not talk with your mouth. And I challenge you, I have no interest at all. My interest is to show the world what the heck is going on, so everybody be able to develop it to benefit yourself. I wrote this as I said the name I just shared with you. All this all this thing is in this book. Same with all other books. Everything is based on details and based in ancient and based in science. So it's just this simple. If you really want to learn Wing Chun, it is just this straightforward and clear. Okay. But if you want to be a movie stars playing the Wing Chun movies, or you want to join somebody's cult that they have this internal art, Fa Jing, or they are doing this research in China, then please don't watch my YouTube, because my YouTube is to straighten the entire thing up so can face, we Wing Chuners can face people like Xi Xiaodong questioning, or the real Chinese Kung Fu masters from other styles questioning. We can prove, not prove by me, but by history and scientific evidence. that set us all free. Stop to wasting time. Keeping said, oh, I trained with this teacher. This guy, okay, is the king of the universe in Wing Chun. Or I know it all because I do research. It's my Wing Chun. Or I believe so because I am a grandmaster. I'm who's student. Forget about it. This channel is for this channel is for education. So everybody, you and me, that's no different. We all be able to know what is Wing Chun, develop the Kung Fu of Wing Chun, benefit for our life. It got nothing to do with I'm the best fighter. I know it all. If you don't believe me, fight me. This is crap. That again, I want to close this with the sentence I told you. In the late 1800s, the Qing, the corrupted Qing dynasty, the official is what? 内斗内行,外斗外行. Internally, they fight each other. They use all tactics and everything, strategy to fight themselves politically for their own fame and all shit. Those are expert. When they face the Western, Japanese, all this country, nobody have a clue. That's why they have the brain even to start that war. In the same day, they wage war with 8 countries, the Western country, including America and the Japan. And they end up, it's a disaster. And end up they have to pay a lot of money. In America, America is a good country. The missionary from China tell the president at that time, say, hey, we get this money because the Qing lost the war. We get this money. Why don't we get partial of this to help build university in China and get Chinese people to have education here to help them? Well, America always play a role to help people, isn't it? So we want to continue on this good culture, helping people, not about me, and you screw everybody. So this is what I'd like to share with you today. If you don't like to watch my YouTube, don't watch it. If you not belong to want to know the truth, want to find out the truth, and want to change ourselves so that we can be better and it benefit our living every day and our body, don't watch this movie, this YouTube of me.